I'm really sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to put you out like this during your work hours. Wow, though. I've ridden in this car before, but I'm only now realizing how nice it is. The seats are so comfy.
Aren't they? I'm glad someone in this truck's got good taste. I actually just made some modifications around the wheel housing and, oh goddess, anyone have some earplugs? Friendly advice, be careful bringing up cars around the boss. Get him going and you'll never hear the end of it. He's not exaggerating either. Oh, the same applies with sweets, by the way, and the next most dangerous topic to bring up is saunas. Oh, thanks guys. What great friends I have. Your assistants just about know you inside and out at this point.
Agnes was right. You guys really do have a great working relationship. Even though you were all raised in different places, you gel together so naturally.
Is them making fun of Van constantly the definition of gelling? We do? Well, we have been together for a while now, so I suppose that's to be expected, question mark? Oh dear, as a leased employee from Marduk, I'm not certain I know how to feel about that assessment. I mean, we get along fine, I guess. But I'm a Spriggan, you know? The kind who'll take the tough jobs nobody else wants. I've got my hard-boiled image to protect here. Oh yeah, we've taken the tough jobs. Is there like a... I feel like I'm being attacked. Yeah, well, I don't... Have we taken a tough job yet in this game? It says the cake and ice cream addict. As is plain to see, it can be difficult for the young to tell apart their idealized and actual selves. If I wasn't self-aware about it before, I sure am now, Master. It's a little odd being lumped in with this group now. What about you and your friends, Tawa? You seem to have a strong relationship with them as well.
Yes, that's definitely true. We went through a lot together in school after all. We may have all went our separate ways after graduation, but we'll always be connected, no matter what happens. Believe it or not, they're a big part of why I came to the Republic in the first place.
Wait, really? Huh, Tawa. Not surprising to hear. You aren't really the type to sit back and play spectator when something's clearly going down. I mean, you commanded an airship during the Civil War, for crying out loud. Not to mention all the stuff you did during Jormungandr. Alright, look. Tawa was interim commander for the Crimson Wings, okay? What really happened was Victor was like, okay, Tawa, you're gonna be in charge here, but you don't get to decide where to go. Rean gets to decide where to go. So your title is commander, but you are not in charge. Sokka. And now you and your Thor's friends have expanded your operations to the international stage for the sake of Zemuria as a whole.
Honestly, I think you're overselling my part in all this. I'm not doing anything as incredible as that.
It's been a while since I've seen Cold Steel 3, but I don't remember Tao really doing anything amazing ever. So, you know, that might be something.
But I want to be. And I know my friends and everyone else at Thor's feel the same way.
Wow, you Thor's people are in a class all your own. Literally. They were in class 7. A class all their own. And you called our camaraderie impressive. Anyhow, I'm glad we had this chance to get better acquainted. Circumstances depending, I might be willing to take on a 4 SPG for you guys. I'm already working with the Foundation on the Grim Garden at Altina's request. Naturally, the Guild would be more than willing to assist as well, should fee require it. I would be all too happy to lend my support to any Any cause my youngest pupil Gaius needs assistance with. Hey, wait, can we not make like 50 commitments at once here? Let's go, Aaron. Keep it real. Seems forming connections such as this is Mr. Arkwright's specialty.
Definitely. Thank you all so much.
Arkwright Solution. Man, Giordano definitely could have got her here 10 minutes earlier. An underground anti-immigration terrorist group. And you say they're operating outside the Republic as well. Should we be talking to Tao about this? He's a teacher. Hello? Yeah, though they don't have any connection to the space program that we know about. Be that as it may, this is an issue that's at the forefront of the Guild's mind. Have you heard anything in relation to that group, Tawa? It isn't unreasonable to suppose you have, with Thor's extensive network of connections at your fingertips. Well, for one thing, I don't think this group has been active in the main part of the Empire, Liberl, or Crossbell. But like the Guild has heard, the northern side of the continent is another story. Some of our friends were personally involved in some of the incidents that took place in Jirai and Northumbria. Wait, really? What kind of incidents are we talking about here? Honestly, from what I've been told, we don't know all the specifics. First sign of trouble was over 2 years ago when Jirai was in upheaval over a bid for independence. 2 years ago. This must be like the second time it's going for independence. It had been annexed by the Empire and were looking to become independent state again, much like Crossbell and Northumbria. However, the people ultimately voted to keep it under Imperial rule. It's not a permanent decision. The citizens will revisit this matter and revote every 10 years. With so many divergent opinions being thrown around, local residents and other parties struggled to reach even that compromise. Why is George there? I'm guessing that's Kurt? And that's Angelica for sure. That might not. Oh no, that's not Kurt. That's that other guy. There was another guy from Jirai in starting with a Cold Steel 3 and 4. His name starts with an S. Stark, maybe? Something like that? And yet, multiple small-scale terrorist attacks took place seemingly in protest of it. I'm actually really surprised they would remember to put him in there. The collateral was minimal, and no one was killed, thankfully, but the people were shaken with fear, leading to further disputes. Did I? Okay. Things did settle down eventually, with an agreement ratified half a year later than planned, but the instigators of the attacks were never identified. Even now, our allies from Thor's are still attempting to track them down. I've only ever heard the name Jirai in passing, to think so much had transpired there. Must be a slippery bunch if even the war heroes from the Empire can't get a lock on them. He claimed that was merely the first sign of trouble. I take that to mean more have arisen over these past 2 years. Unfortunately so. The next one involves the people who were unhappy with the agreement. Over the past half year, many of them have suddenly gone missing. Ah, that links back to what you guys heard. Indeed, although that there was a common thread among the victims is new to me. Could there be a similar trend in Remiferia, Northumbria, and the Free Cities? Get the feeling this might involve brokers for undocumented immigrants like the ones we ran into before. But isn't Remiferia a pretty wealthy nation? I wouldn't have thought they would have issues with people having to enter illegally. They are wealthy, yes, but no matter how well off a country might be, it simply isn't possible to root out discord and strife completely. The real concern is what's causing these people, however few they may be, to just up and vanish. This matter is already on Thor's radar. We want to make sure the situation doesn't escalate any further than it has. Good to hear you guys are all over this. I know what you guys are gonna be up to over in Basel, but if you need any help, you got my number. I appreciate it. So much for keeping the destination of my trip a secret. Guess that cat's out of the bag. I was gonna say, I don't remember that being mentioned. Did Fee tell the guild she was coming with? Yes, she did. You're gonna love Basel, trust me. The air is clear, and there's a bevy of things to do. There is nothing to do there. What are you talking about? You might even run into some of my friends and family members while you're there. Oh, I'm right. Yes, I'm sure your family will be helping us out a great deal. While I'm there, I really hope I'll get the chance to visit the observatory at least once. It's certainly worth checking out. Oh yeah, speaking of that, your grandfather was an astronomer, was he not? How did you know that? Is he that well known in the Republic too? What was his name again? Was it Alfred Herschel? I'm not sure most people here would know him, but he is famous among other astronomers. Yeah, we got the rundown on him not too long ago. You probably already heard some about this, but we stopped by over at Anya's house earlier and... After Van finished explaining to Tawa how her grandfather's name had shown up in Professor Epstein's diary, they arrived at the airport. The group saw Tawa off as she boarded the airliner for Basel before returning to work. Okay, I guess we're not getting any information there. Albert has slightly changed. What's the matter, man? That look on your face tells me you're really hung up on something. Perhaps he is simply mulling over all we've learned now that we visited every district on our list, Chardin notwithstanding. Coupled with the information obtained from this morning, he may well have grasped the bigger picture or picked up a scent if you prefer. Might want to dial back your expectations a notch or two. I ain't gotten that far. I want to do a little bit more digging in a certain spot I thought we'd skip. Since it doesn't have a bulletin board. But we got some extra time, so let's say we go check out the Blacklight District. Suppose we haven't gone there yet, have we? Been a hot minute since I've hit up that dump myself. Seeing as it's a seedbed for criminal elements, I only pay a visit when the job deems it necessary. Do expect to find something there. Aren't the gangsters, mafiosos, and Jaegers just bumming around doing squat? Or could it be possible you believe we'll find a lead on the disappearances there? Now fresh faces from other countries started popping up around town, we'd have heard about it by now. It's more I'm catching a faint whiff of something the shady characters down there wouldn't bat an eye at. I want to see where that scent trail leads. That makes sense. In what way? None of the information gathered thus far could be considered alarming. However, with the root cause still unknown, proper risk management requires all potential blind spots be subjected to a thorough scrutinization. What she said, where there's smoke, there's fire. Though that's not to say that finding the source of it in the Black Light District is a for sure thing. It's whatever. I'm game if you are. Worst case, it's a free excuse to do a little pants-off dance over at Mistress's place. Not if we have anything to say about it. Let's just ignore him and go investigate. I could do with some genuine answers to at least a few of the questions raised today. Oof. Oof. Have I found myself agreeing with Catra right now? I'd love some answers for the last, I don't know, 8 games or something? 9, 15 games? How many games are there? In that case, I suggest we head straight over once the time is ripe. Advance the main story, unfinished quest, blah blah blah. What has slightly changed? Albert. You know,
Where?
just now came to mind, like, did they get rid of character notes? When did they get rid of character notes? I guess I can check that, huh? Terms? Is this ever going to be important? Notes. I don't think they have character notes anymore.
Let's do a search.
First years are quite the hard workers.
Let's do a search.
I mean, I guess they said that the change was very slight.
Shard search? Go. All right.
Let us search.
Alright. Let's save. Probably gonna mark on a fade to black like 18 minutes ago. If I remember correctly, the music for this area was one that I enjoyed, or at least could hear a beat from. And crew contacted the reserve team members waiting at the office. They all then decided to meet up in the Tyrell district and enter the underground passage leading to the Blacklight district.
Good afternoon. It is 3 p.m. here in Edith, and we have breaking news to report. Regarding Project Startaker's second successful launch yesterday, we have just confirmed that the test module has re-entered the atmosphere and has landed in the ocean south of Calvert. This test module simulates the conditions necessary to keep astronauts protected from the vacuum of space. With the module recovered and safety checks performed, the Aerospace Force has announced a date for their third official launch, which will take place 3 days from now, on July 12th at 1 p.m.
What about the test mech? Wasn't that supposed to come down too?
This promises to be a watershed moment for mankind, as Amelia Haring will become the first human in history to travel into space.
Are they for real? That's right around the corner. Let's go!
Well, Hermes is going to space in just 3 days. Does no one else think this is too much, too fast? Talk about cranking things up to new heights. I'm glad they're not waiting a ridiculous amount of time. You know, we gotta get this game going. It was Yang and Essie who designed that test module, as I recall. Oh my gosh. Adiabatic pressure during atmospheric re-entry is said to cause shockingly high temperatures, yet they cleared that issue without a hitch. Such was a foregone accomplishment for them and the artisans of Basel. As inspirational as this is, though, it's happening a lot faster than you'd expect. Yeah, and by how thorough the setup's been, I'm willing to bet that bastard Rene's got his fingerprints all over this, too, right in between Graham hearts. Interesting picture you're describing there. Likely so. His work with the presidential office seems to keep him busier than ever lately. Developments will doubtless unfold more quickly. We may have need to keep sharper than usual. Right, though in your own Sprigany sniff through the mud kind of way. Oh, I just realized something. Isn't July 12th Agnes's birthday? Now that you mention it, yeah. With so much else going on at the same time, it's shaping up to be an eventful one. I hadn't even known. She'll be turning 17, correct? Yes, we've even been planning a party of sorts on the sly. Do people say that, on the sly? Afterward, the group arrived at their destination via a convoluted route beneath the Tyrell district. Oh, this is new music. Dang. They replaced it. Yep, this place hasn't changed a single bit. It's not the Blacklight district if it isn't shady as all get out. Even still, it pays to come here every once in a while, with how useful the information often is. No bulletin board here, so let's just focus on talking with the usual suspects. I know I've beaten this into y'all at this point, but try not to let even the smallest clue pass you by. Understood. We will remain vigilant as always. Stay vigilant.
Haven't seen you around. What?
Now, what might you be after,
I'll take that. I'll take that. You're assuming Japan has 21 as adult age, but you're just gonna off Europe. So we gotta play another X Games till a year passes and she comes of age. I'm just gonna off Europe. I'm confused. I'm a simple person.
I'll be seeing you.
No matter how many times we come here, I still can't believe there's a place like this in Eden.
Indeed. It's a sight those on the surface could never imagine.
I haven't been around recently myself.
Well, let's see if we can't find any leads.
Oh, got a great lineup at great prices.
Fancy rings. Take that. Let's see, what are the earrings transform into? Yeah, that's worth having. That, maybe not so much.
Ho, ho, come again. Ho, ho.
Oh, oh.
Got a great lineup at great prices. Ho, ho, come again soon.
Hearing his ho ho reminds me of Frugal from The Legend of Dragoon. When he throws a rock at people, he says oh oh, and you know, I enjoy it.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. Please stop by again.
What would you like?
Old rosary.
Please stop by again sometime.
I'm sure I need all of these accessories, but okay, so that's the Kruger guy, and then that's what's his the church assassin guys.
What do you...
Gonna go off. Europe has 18 as adult age. Oh yeah, I don't know what Japan's
Can
adult
I
age
help
is. Oh, but I guess I get what you're saying now.
Come again.
That, you know, how many more games is it going to take before Anyaz reaches adult age? Seeing as these games are happening in such a short time span. Which, honestly, I think is a good thing. Because, like, the Cold Steel games, you know, too much time passed.
Oh, look at you, you naughty thing. I'd better see you again.
There's a treasure chest over there.
Let's do a search.
Oh yeah, I haven't done a search. Gotta remember these things. And there's fish?
Let us search.
Okay, let's see what I can reel in.
Kasagin. Music sounds happier than the previous. Yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of the music
You're
here.
mine.
Admittedly.
Decent catch, I guess.
Not enough darkness.
Search time.
Let's do a search.
Where's it at?
Shard search, go.
Let us search.
Shard search, go.
Now where?
Let's do a search.
Road seems to lead to the outside.
Let us search.
Well, if that ain't suspicious.
Let's do a search. Come on over and I'll whip you up a candy special. See you later, cutie.
Let us search.
Patootie. There it is.
I smell treasure.
Reward deposited.
And a treasure chest for my trouble.
Good stuff.
How many fish are there? Doesn't say. I haven't caught any A-rank fish. Uses the similar or same instruments as before. That's what you like, but you like the previous track better too. I don't... This one sounds completely different to me. I remember like a bell noise
Leave it to
being the
me.
main... Maybe not a bell. Maybe more...
This is kid stuff. Security bypassed.
like percussion, I think it is. What do they call those?
Now I've done it.
What do they call those things?
Not done yet.
Glockenspiel. Celestia or something like that. Oh no!
Time's almost up. Now I've done it.
No, it's right there.
Not done yet. Conducting search. Conducting search.
might not make it. You're discovered by any defense units after reaching a checkpoint or restart.
Conducting search.
Dang. I goofed around way too
Conducting
much.
search. This is kid stuff. Security bypass. Conducting search. Conducting search. This is kid stuff. Security by conducting search. I made it! This thing's as good as unlocked.
Unfortunate. Got 1 SP. Do you normally get 1, or is it 2? Oh, this is that doctor person.
Scared money don't make no money.
Nobody to talk to over here.
Search time.
Let's do a search.
The easy bed. I like the drums in this one, and the synths remind you of Crash Bandicoot in the hacking track. I've already forgotten
Seems
it.
like I could make some good cash from this, but without knowing exactly what's going on.
Up, Isabel. Something's on your mind?
Ah, Arkride. A little birdie by the name of Bermati mentioned you'd be coming. Sounds like you and the delivery woman, or astronaut rather, finally met face to face.
Word travels fast. Maybe a little too fast in this case. And I say, Bermati's an old classmate from my med school days. We keep in close touch. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Bermati also graduated from Remiferia Medical College, yes? That's right, although he pursued a degree in pharmaceuticals rather than following the pre-med track. Son of a gun. Must have figured we'd find our way over here eventually. Well, anyway, I take it we're not the only ones thinking something's off with the Blacklight District. You'd be right, though I should preface that my perspective's limited to what's in my purview. Over the past few days, there's been an uptick in the number of arena contestants showing up late for fights. Their excuses for all these unpunctual arrivals are never clear, but it's been causing a lot of, shall we say, disputes. Though you won't hear me complaining about it, mind. Street brawls and scores of injuries are how I rake in the dough. That being said, the fact that this is getting to be a trend is worthy of concern. I've tried probing the causes for their tardiness out of them during treatment, but their answers always wander off the mark. If that has been a frequent occurrence, then there is sure to be a reason behind it all. Has anyone been investigating the matter apart from yourself, madam? The arena management, yeah, but they haven't turned up anything yet. Other than that, I can think of one obvious likelihood. The Kingpin, you mean? The what now? The Blacklight District's head honcho and liaison to the outside world. Person everybody here is indebted to. Folks call him the Kingpin, but as for who they actually are or what they're like, I couldn't tell you. His name is Wilson. Come on. We all know who Kingpin is. Even within the guild, all I've heard is word of mouth. It's said that they played a pivotal role in the development of what would eventually grow into the Blacklight District. So you're familiar with them, eh, Arkride? Why am I not surprised? I also wouldn't be shocked if they were looking into this as we speak. Just to clarify, I've never actually met the Kingpin in person, but I wouldn't mind having a chat with him, if only to do a little info swap. Mind hooking us up? Oh, come on now. You know better than that. Can't just tell you who the Kingpin is or where to find them all willy-nilly. Not without breaking the Blacklight District's code of honor, anyway. Darn it, figured it wouldn't be that easy. Oh well, you gave us some good stuff to chew on, so thanks for the help. Think nothing of it. I'll more than likely be needing your help in the future, so you can consider this a small act of charity. Of course, cough up enough Mira and I'd be perfectly happy to loosen my lips a little more. Hey Doc, so about that injury from the other day. Well, we'll let you get back to work. See you later.
What's up? Need some meds? You'll be fine, so long as you take the recommended dosage.
You'll be fine.
Shard search? Go.
Nothing to worry about. Alright, what in the world are these two hanging out together for? That's what we really need to figure out. Hey, look who's there. Abby. Hassan Al-Fayed. And Ashlad. Iskarian, there we go, that's their name.
Well, if it isn't Farida. Still hoping to spring in with his work, I see.
They changed his voice actor. I remember his voice being a little bit more gruff.
I'm glad to find you in good health, man.
Wait, what are you doing with him? Rubbing elbows with Iskariot's top brass. Yet another unexpected arrival.
It's been some time, Arkwright Solutions. And a pleasure to see you, Master.
It sounds, the same, if not, it's probably the same. So you're here as well, Ashlad. I take it the both of you are gathering information. Correct. I'm looking into the activities of some of our Jaegers. Definitely catching a whiff of something here. Funny, we also came to the Blacklight District to scrounge up some intel. It's not too much trouble, you mind sharing what's been happening on your end? Very well, so long as I can ask for your insights on a matter or two in return. We didn't agree yet. Now, first of all, are you aware of the recent string of disappearances among those who flock to the Blacklight District? Nope, that's news to me, though I wouldn't think much of that in a stomping ground of drifters and wayfarers. Right, one can easily imagine those who wash up here going even further into hiding. However, this may very well be connected to the retracted missing person reports that have left the police scratching their heads. Well, it's no wonder that the issue isn't widely known topside. After all, down here, someone can vanish into thin air one moment only to resurface the next before you even realize. But whatever they did while off the grid stays a great big question mark. That's just business as usual for us shady folk. Indeed, if for instance a petty gangster were to go unaccounted for, such an occurrence wouldn't raise any red flags. But be that as it may, Mr. Al-Fayed is taking it upon himself to look into the activities of some of our Jaegers, as he put it. So it's happening to your guys too. Yes, at first the disappearances were mainly among gangsters and mafiosos, but in the last several days, Jaegers have been going astray as well. The affected include not only dropouts and members of low-level corps, but even those of medium standing. As for you, Ashlad, I presume your activities here are on the church's recent initiative. Correct. While there is little I'm liberty to disclose, the need has arisen to ascertain the flow of people, including that of those in the underworld. Prior to your arrival, Hassan and I were exchanging information about the unnatural behaviors observed within the Jaeger Corps. Additionally, we were hoping to pinpoint and question the leading light of the Blacklight District, but alas. Sorry, but there's only so much I can divulge on the subject. There's a tacit understanding among those living here, but Arkwright could tell you that much. Tacit understanding, as in an unspoken rule. So the Blacklight District actually has some kind of honor code, who would have thought? But what exactly does leading light of the Blacklight District refer to? Perhaps the elusive administrator and intermediary of the Black Light District spoken of earlier. The Kingpin, was it? If you know that much, then all the easier. Even still, I can't just spill the beans on where you'll find the Kingpin. Though, for what it's worth, I'm pretty sure they're clued up on what you're investigating. I getcha. Gotta play by the book. Suppose that means all of us will just have to do our own sniffing around from here out. We too have no intention of meddling in the affairs of the Black Light District any further. I will touch base with my Jaeger contacts once again. Please do inform me should you discover anything of note, Arkwright. For myself, I obtained all the information I require, so shall be taking my leave. While you no doubt have your own feelings on the matter, Master, I must ask that you leave this to me. Is that so? Then I wish you luck in your endeavors, Ashlad. It may well bear relation to the actions of the Gralsritter after all. Alright, we now have a clear picture of what to do from here. Yeah, and that's finding the Black Light District Kingpin people keep bringing up. Whoever they are, there's a good chance they're onto something about all this. Still, it seems arranging a meeting with them will prove difficult. Difficult, but not impossible. The only taboo here is on giving away the Kingpin's identity without their say-so. But if the Kingpin themselves decides to meet us of their own volition, that sidesteps the issue. Indeed, fulfilling their role as this district's head would be an impossible feat, were they unwilling to reveal so much as their face. As such, I would surmise they've yet to decide their course, whether to step out from the shadows or linger within. Couldn't have put it better myself. So here's the play. We're going to keep hitting up folks connected to the Kingpin so that the big cheese themselves catches on to us. Keep at it enough and they should eventually show up, or at least send some kind of sign. Indeed, they must possess some degree of flexibility, otherwise serving as a liaison for the surface world would be rather trying. In that case, perhaps our first order of business should be finding someone with close ties to the Kingpin. Yeah, poking and prodding at a confidant of theirs is bound to get a reaction somehow. Okay, back to asking around then.
Do me a favor and decide already.
About some salty borscht.
Come back whenever you like.
I have some good books on sale.
I know who it's gonna be.
If I may trouble you a moment.
Alright, but I can't say I know much about that. I just drifted here after I came from the Central East. You're better off looking for someone who's been around the block. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Home Chick Slice right there. The brothel owner, I guess we'll call her. He's also the furthest one away.
If I may trouble you a moment.
Watch it be Renee. I'm wondering if it's gonna be someone that we know. I don't think it's gonna be someone that we know. You know what? If it is someone we know, I'm going to say it's Walter. The direwolf. I'd hedge my bets it's him. Looking for someone with close ties to the Kingpin. How close we talking? Because everybody around this joint's got a special relationship with them in one way or another. For myself, if they hadn't taken me in, like the lost, snarling rescue dog I was, I wouldn't have had this peaceful life running this here stall.
Got a question for you.
Are you looking for someone who's close to the Kingpin? Why ask me, though? Well, a little hunch, that's all. You're always landing face first into trouble, and you keep relying on the Kingpin to bail you out. Wow, way to hit me where it hurts, man. And for the record, I'm not always getting into trouble. I'll have you know I can count the number of times I've needed the Kingpin's help on one hand. Heck, there are like so many people who are way more in the hole with him, favor-wise, than me. Can we take that to mean you are knowledgeable about such individuals? Look at you, eyes peeled on the neighborhood's affairs like a regular fly on the wall. Hey, don't make me sound like some two-bit gossip, you meanie. When it comes to messy drama in the Blacklight District, truth is stranger than fiction. How could I not tune in? Though between you and me, I mostly do it in hopes of scoping out an absolute snack of a man I can sink my teeth into. Keep your weirdo kinks to yourself. Snack of a man? Is she one of those cannibals? Never change, danger tits. To be honest, I doubt I'll ever understand having tastes that are so, let's just call them unique. Anyway, you might be just the in-the-know person who can help us. Is there anyone around here who's especially tight with the Kingpin? Fine, I'll be a good girl and do you the solid, Van, even if you're being a big giant bully. You want somebody who's so deep in the Kingpin's debt that they're basically tied to their apron strings. Out of everybody I know, the one who fits that bill the most would be that old lady, Magisa. Magisa, if I recall correctly, that's the name of the culprit in a case I handled together with Swin and Nadia. She was selling fake T-phones back then, but peddling counterfeit brand-name goods and forged art has been her trade for a long time now. The guild has her on their watch list for that very reason. Judging by her age, I would wager she's been in the Kingpin's care since the early days of what is now the Blacklight District. Yeah, she's a real handful even for the Kingpin, but the two of them go way, way back. They're basically lifelong frenemies, you could say. Apparently the Kingpin looked out for her when they were younger, and the rest is history. Though Magisa seems under the impression that if it weren't for the Kingpin, she'd have more free reign to do as she wants. Heard about her bootlegging debacles, but her being so close-knit with the Kingpin isn't one I saw coming. Fun fact, the Kingpin got a lot of use out of Magisa's supersonic legs back in the day. That might have made her enough of an asset to earn some leniency. Ah yes, I remember her running speeds, which defied logic for someone her age. One would imagine she was even faster in her prime. No doubt she's exploited that talent many times over the years. At any rate, putting a name to even one person in the Kingpin's innermost circle is a big step forward. Maybe we can tackle her from a different angle compared to the rest. I'm glad I was able to help, Van. In return, you can just let me test stab you, and we'll be square. Oh, or I could settle for that hunky silver fox of a... Okay, we got the info we needed, time to bounce. Wait, I was only kidding, I swear.
I have some good books on sale.
Okay, so... I was wrong. Also, wasn't Magisa like a side quest? It's very
Do
interesting.
you have a moment?
Want to find someone who's chummy with the Kingpin, eh? There's sure a lot of people that fits that bill. He's pretty well known in these parts, and the good people in their debt. Alright, so I thought it was this chick. Seems like I was wrong.
Got a question for you.
Oh, no? I was right. Oh, you want to know more about the Kingpin? That's quite bold, coming right out and asking about them out of the blue. Well, you might have some juicy tidbits to share is all. Though, even if you don't, I figure it's only right to come say hi anyway, while I'm in the neighborhood. Still hard to imagine you and the Kingpin don't have some kind of history, what with you running the local nightlife scene and all. No denying that, but keep in mind I owe her a great debt. Her. so there isn't much I can let slip. You'll have to connect most of the dots yourself. That works for me. Any info's better than nothing. Well, you said her, so the Kingpin's actually more like a Queen Pin, huh? Now, first of all, running into the Kingpin is never a guarantee, even if you comb the entirety of the Blacklight District. That's because she spends most days topside carrying out her regular everyday life. Unless there's something big going on, she isn't going to come down here. Suppose that makes sense, with her both serving as a liaison and trying to keep her identity close to the vest. Incidentally, we heard she played a key role in founding of this underground space. As I recall, the Blacklight District was once a mere plot of land abandoned during urban development several decades ago. If she had a hand in its establishment, one could surmise she'd plied her trade as a realtor or property manager. Oh, you've sure done your homework. She was once what you might call a land shark, prowling the waters of Edith and leaving her mark every which way, for better or worse. That's how she was able to intervene and gain the influence she now holds in this dark little crevice the city planners let fall by the wayside. Oh, she sounds pretty formidable. I'll say, must have been one heck of a land grabber. Makes me wonder if she has ties to Heiue. Be curious to know what she exactly does in the outside world myself. Kingpin used to be a land shark up top. It couldn't be, could it? Okay, I think I get where the Kingpin stands in the food chain now, which brings me to my next question. You said she wouldn't come underground unless there's something big going on. Wouldn't the current situation fall under that category? Sure, you already know this, but there have been a lot of people going missing in the Blacklight District lately. From what I hear, the whole mess might have spurred the Kingpin into action. Well, I guess there's a good chance she's already made her way down here. As for where she is right this second, though, I haven't the faintest clue, sorry to say. Nothing to apologize for. Knowing we're not wasting our time investigating this place is enough. By the way, I don't suppose you know how we can set up a meeting with the Kingpin, do you? Well, it's safe to assume she already knows about you all. I'm sure you've gathered this from how the Blacklight District is run, but she's a caring person at heart. You could try showing that she stands to gain by meeting with you directly. Maybe say through a long-standing acquaintance of hers. In that case, the old lady Lindsay told us about might be our best bet. Thanks for the tip. I'll be sure to pay you back sometime. Oh, don't worry about that. We're both friends of Dingo, so consider this a freebie. If you need something else from me, don't hesitate to ask. You think it's gin? I would be okay with that, actually. I would be okay with that. Jin is missing, by the way. Not like missing in the sense of like she was kidnapped, but she went off to go do something and left someone else in her stall, so that's a good shout. Our efforts are beginning to bear fruit, it seems. From all we've heard, the individuals closest to the Kingpin appear to be the unrelenting counterfeit dealer, Magisa. With her, we can cast a line and force the Kingpin out from the shadows. Yep, all we gotta do now is find her and bait the hook on the double.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
Magisa. Should probably put some chick slice in my party for this, but maybe it'll be more entertaining without.
Pardon me.
Hello? You want to meet the Kingpin? Why ask me? Why, you think we're close or something? Sorry to say, but I hardly know him. This isn't one of your counterfeit deals, Magisa. You're not fooling anybody. We're well aware that you've been acquainted with the Kingpin longer than anyone else in the Blacklight District. The way I hear it, the Kingpin has been covering your butt since before the Blacklight District was even a thing. Considering how deep your relationship runs, you can get her to throw us a bone, can't you? Beg and plead all you like. I have no earthly idea what you're talking about. After all, I haven't done a thing to inconvenience the Kingpin. There's not a single skeleton in this closet. Not going down without a fight, is she? Might as well take a gamble in that case. I'll admit, you're more loyal than I gave you credit for. But could it be that deep down, you secretly resent the Kingpin for clipping your wings and putting you in a cage? Ah, you were right, Manadride. Good shout out right there. Actually, crib might be a better word, the way she'll still call a grown woman like you some good-for-nothing girl. They say venting is good for the soul. If you need to air your grievances about the Kingpin, we're here to lend you an ear. How'd you know all that? Who told you? When? Where? Only a vague inkling about this Kingpin, but her reaction just about confirms it. Thanks for giving the game away. Darn brat, you better not be thinking of blabbing that around, you hear? Wait, does Van... Don't tell us you figured out the Kingpin's identity. Oh, I get it, it's all starting to make sense now. No, it doesn't. Aaron, you have no freaking idea. Yeah, I happen to remember her, talking to another old woman we know, and looking real in the hole, favor-wise, at that. So what'll it be, lady? Gonna hook us up with the Kingpin or nah? I think that was just like a random conversation, too, from one of the prior games. What are you trying to do, blackmail me? Hey now, no need to make it sound so unflattering. We're fixers here, not breakers. Might even be able to help you out, circumstances permitting. But if you refuse to play ball, I can always name drop you to my chief suspect and get her take. Fine, I'll call her over, alright? Chances are the Kingpin has already heard that you've all been snooping around here anyway.
You got that right. I've got the ears of a bat, after all. I knew it'd come to this someday.
What's up, Jin? Jin is even more gangsta than she was before now. So she was listening in. I think I left the refrigerator running at home. Goodbye. Hey, really? You're pulling that line? Let her go. Don't gotta worry about the small fry with the big fish in the pond. What's up, Jin? Wait, you?
I gotta say, feels awfully strange having the Spriggan and his crew seek me out by my Underworld title.
Had to roll the dice a couple of times, but it looks like my bet's paid off in spades. How's it going, Jin? Or should I be calling you Jin the Kingpin down here? What? It was that nice old tobacco seller lady all along? Suspected there was more to you than meets the eye, madam. Personally, I can't say I ever would have expected this. Speak for yourself. You actually found the answer all on your own. Feel free to call me whatever you want. But time is money, so if there's something you want to discuss, make it fast. Got 2 lives I'm running here. I think it's pretty cool that it's Jin. Jin is just like some random side character, you know, from the earlier games, who's totally awesome, by the way. One of 2 characters that I actually go out of my way to talk to. So it's I could totally see her being the criminal underboss, you know, I dig it. Okay, I knew you owned a decent amount of property, but I had no idea you were such an active player in the land speculation game half a century back. Yes, that was a long time ago. And the underground developments had a hand in were abandoned. Those with no place to belong began to roost here. As one of the reasons this place even existed, I felt some measure of responsibility for those down and outs. So I decided to look after them, and before I knew it, they all started calling me the Kingpin. Wow, that's quite the history. Like a hawk watching over its nestlings from the shadows of the shadows. I'm beginning to understand why you command such respect among the locals despite being shrouded in mystery. I keep telling them what I'm doing isn't worth praising to the skies over, but I might as well be talking to the air. Anyway, I hear you're looking into the recent string of disappearances down here. We are, yes, and would we be correct in assuming you have also taken the onus of investigating the matter? Yeah, though I've only a rough idea what's going on. On a related note, I've got a question for you. Do you all know about the condemned sector of the Blacklight District? Yeah, we've poked our noses around there a few times. Would have been one of the first places searched when folks here started going missing, though, no? Not what I'm getting at. I was asking because there's another uninhabited block just like it. The Black Light District has a history of mutability with it changing sites several times up to now. The Condemned Sector, too, once bustled with activity, only to be consigned to oblivion as a forgotten subterranean, like so many others. And the one you refer to holds the lingering traces of those who vanished. That's what you mean to imply, yes? Exactly, but there's a single hitch about it that still nags at me. None today will tread near the area, with hardly any current residents even cognizant of it, and yet signs suggest that people have been gathering there. It was called the Culvert, by the way, once upon a time. The Culvert, meaning an underground watercourse. As far as I understand, the Guild isn't aware of such a place, though perhaps Zin and Hazel have some knowledge of its existence. Well, it's the first I'm hearing of it myself. But back on topic, if the missing persons are coming in and out of somewhere that's off everyone's radar, it's no wonder this case hasn't been cracked yet. Normally, I'd call this our problem solved, but at this point, I'm not able to slap away a helping hand or two. So if you're offering them, then that's that. I'll teach you how to get to the culvert. It's gonna be that door. It's a deserted flood control facility about a stone's throw away from the Black Light District. You're unlikely to get lost as long as you follow these directions I've jotted here. No one's managing it anymore, so there should be zero issue getting in. Thanks for the help, Jin, but are you sure you're okay with letting us in on all this? Like I said, the place was consigned to oblivion, not covered up in some grand conspiracy. I'm not fussed about it one way or another. We done here? Good. Then get to it already. Got a kiosk to run, but I'm sticking around here until you're done. So hurry up and solve this case, will ya? Let's go, Jin. Weird to admit, but even though I kind of saw this coming, I'm still at a loss. Yeah, she always did give off an air of being more than just your average old lady to me, but still. Who would have thought the kingpin of the Black Light District was right across the street from us all this time? I could tell there was something up with that crone for a while now. In any event, I believe our next destination is decided. The Culvert, another of those abandoned zones. Odds are that's where the missing people went. According to Jin's instructions, we can reach it via the fork in the road to the Condemned Sector. Yes, just past that shutter. I hadn't even realized it was connected to an entire drainage system. Seriously, it's like a labyrinth over there. Well, at least part of the way is already familiar. Shouldn't have to worry about getting too lost. We've got directions to guide us too, so let's head out as soon as we're ready. Okay, I was wrong. It wasn't that door. I'm just wrong a lot lately. Let's save and mark.